Hey, what's up guys? First person to comment gets a free Blazing Flambers, and in this video it's the first episode of money making. I'm going to show you guys how much profit do you get from all of our bosses and which ones are my personal favorites. I'll pick like maybe one or two from each category. So first we have easy, and we have slash bash, which is really good if you're training. For money per hour, he's really not that good. And then Dagonoth, 100 mil per hour, it's also not that good compared to the King Black Dragon, which is the best easy boss for money at 500 mil per hour. That makes him the best in that category. Then moving on to medium, we have Tormented Demon, which is 500 mil per hour. And one drawback of Tormented Demon is you have to bring a silver light or a dark light, and then you also have to bring magic, melee, and range, or at least range and melee. So it kind of sucks you have to be switching between those, but it is a super profitable boss, Tormented Demons. Then we have Jake, which if you get the Jake 2/8 sword, all the parts, and you make it, or if you just sell the parts for 500 mil each, then the profit per hour is 500 mil. But the problem is you have to sell the items you get from Jake for the street price. So that might be like a bad thing if you don't really want to do that. Then we have Noxious, which is, oh, did I skip Yiklagor? Okay, Yiklagor is not a good boss to go to. He drops Death Touch darts, but like, other than that, not really that great of a boss. Then we have Noxious, who he drops a Raccoon Spirit Shield, which is super good. It's worth like 4 billion, I think. So that's the reason he's 500 mil per hour. Then we have Saradomin, Armadillo, Bandos, and Zamrock. And of the God Wars, Saradomin, Bandos, and Zamrock all look pretty decent, but Bandos is standing out with 550 mil profit per hour. So for a new player out of the medium list, I would probably recommend they should do Bandos, or they could do Tormented Demons. Those would be my top choices for medium bosses for new players. And then we have hard bosses, which Cerberus is the first on our list. He is the #1 profit on this entire thing, along with Lucian, as you can see. And they're both pretty difficult to get to, Lucian and Cerberus, because Cerberus requires Demonic Donator, and Lucian requires a Strange Cello Orb, which is, of course, all the strange rocks from skilling combined into one. So those might not be easy bosses to get to. Those are more like endgame bosses. We have Corporal Beast, which is accessible to everyone, which is only 300 mil per hour, I guess, but he at least drops a Spirit Shield of Hope, which is really good for PVM. I see a lot of people use it. And that would actually make him not a great boss for profit, but if you can kill him a lot quicker, the profit per hour goes up really high. So I think it depends if you have a death cape or not for a lot of these bosses, because when I tested it with my noob gear, they all turned out to be really not that profitable. Because yeah, look at Haiti, 150 mil. Sunfreet is actually really good for profit. So if I were to recommend any out of this entire list, it would be Sunfreet, Lucian, and Cerberus. I guess there's quite a few different ones I would recommend. Zulrah is okay. Camille is okay. Then we get to Phil's boss. Not good. And then next is okay. This should be orange. Then we're moving on to the hardest of the bosses, which I am also guessing would be more profitable if you had the right gear. But Gabi is the most profitable out of all of these at 600 mil profit per hour, which makes him better he's better than all other bosses, and he doesn't require anything to go to him. I think you can just type : Gabi and any player can go and kill him. But yeah, then we have Virago, who takes a very long time to kill, and his profit is 400 mil per hour, and that's including like the price of some of the rares that he drops, like Malevolent, which is worth 150 bill or 200 bill as a set, something massive amount. So with that factored in, he's at 400 mil profit per hour. And then Mercenary Mage drops he drops a Sky Shield, which is alright. Then we have Simon, which drops Blazing Flamber's. Like, really, neither of those bosses are profitable unless you're going for the Sky Shield for Mercenary Mage. And then for Virago, unless you're going for Malevolent, like, he's not the most profitable on this list. So you might want to choose maybe Gabi would be more profitable, Sunfreak could be, Lucian could be, Cerberus could be. So hopefully you guys have a better idea of which bosses are profitable and which are my favorites. I tried to list most of them off. Anything that's orange is probably decent to go to. Anything that's yellow is probably not good to go to. Anything that's red is what you should be kind of aiming to go for. But it does take a long time to get some of these items to get to Lucian. But that's my guide, so